All right, so I'm gonna give you guys another example of what a Judas swing looks like. So I had an individual in chat the other day he said that he would like another video on Judas swings to understand it a little bit more. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. Okay. So right here I have USD and I'm pulling up this example from the other day because it's just a really clean example. And I actually posted it in the chart breakdown section as well. You can see right here. So it said USD 7/5/2023 Judas swing. Okay. So for kind of a brief description or kind of a brief breakdown, make sure you check out this chart breakdown section as well, where I went over it. But we're going to go over it here as well. Okay. So I'm going to put in some data dividers real quickly to kind of clean this up for us. So this was on Wednesday. All right. So remember, let's start from the jump. What is a Judas swing? A Judas swing is a fake run in the opposing direction of where price really intends on going for the sole intention of taking liquidity or to rebalance a portion of price. Okay. Right here, look at my cursor, look where it's moving. This vertical blue line deviates where New York midnight is. That's when a new day starts. A new day starts at midnight, New York. A common time for a Judas swing is right after midnight, New York. Right after midnight, New York. What is the session that we come into at this time? Right after midnight, New York. What session is this? This is London session. London session is where you'll see those big Judas swings put in many times. You'll get Judas swings based on the daily range, but you will also get Judas swings based on the weekly range, which is what we're going to go over in this video as well. I'm just going to start with this example. Then I also want to go over some other examples on how it looks, what it looks like when it's displayed within a daily range or within a weekly range. Okay. Because here's the deal. The Judas swing, it happens on the weekly, it happens on the daily. Each session has these Judas swings. Okay. So right here on USD right after midnight, New York, common time where Judas swings will happen. So we see this thing at the moment. You could see when it came into midnight, New York, what was the market structure on the 1 hour? It was bullish. See right here, we're consistently trending up higher. Okay, we put in a higher low, we're making new highs, we're putting in a higher low, we're putting in new highs. This thing is consistently trending up higher. Look at my cursor. Trending up higher. It's consistently trending up higher, trending up higher. Actually, let me rewind a little bit more. I think that'll make it a little bit easier to look at. You can see it's consistently trending up higher right here. All right, this is on Tuesday now. Okay, so we're consistently trending up higher, and at this time we're in Asian session. All right, we're coming into Asian session at this time. We're not in London session yet, where the common time Judas swings will happen. We're in Asian session right now, and the lower time frame market structure is confirmed bullish in Asian session. Okay, so you can see prices just consistently trending higher, consistently trending higher, consistently trending higher, consistently trending higher. It's boom, it makes a new high, right? And when is it making a new high? Right here. It's making a new high in London session, which is a common time that we will see our Judas swings, aka our fake runs. Because as you can see, just looking at this right now, it looks very bullish, right? Longs are seeing that same exact thing. They're seeing this trend and it's very bullish. It's consistently put in higher lows. It's very bullish. So, and that's the purpose of the Judas swing. The Judas swing, the purpose of that is to fake in longs, but also to take out existing buy stops out of the marketplace. So existing shorts that were looking for this to be the high and looking for lower prices, they're taken out of the play. And on the same side of the token, we have longs that are baited into the play because, I mean, this looks very bullish. Look at it. It's consistently putting up higher. Look at these big green candles. Look at how it's consistently putting in higher lows, taking out, it's consistently making higher highs. It looks very bullish, right? So longs see this. They see this. And longs that are not privy of the Judas swing, well, they're taken. So let's fast forward. At this point, we take out previous day's highs, which we know buy stops are resting above that level. So shorts are taken out the second it trades above that level. Let's see what happens. See that candle right there? See how it tagged previous day's highs? It tagged previous day's highs right there. So we took out those buy stops. But boom, look at that. Big flush lower. So guess what? We took out existing shorts. Remember, when you're short, you're looking for lower prices. And a lot of shorts are going to keep their stops where? Above these key liquidity pools, aka these key levels of resistance, aka previous day's highs. They're taken out of the marketplace. They're gone. And remember, we also had longs that were hopping in this play looking for higher prices. Breakout buyers. Remember, breakout buyers do what? They'll buy because they'll see something gaining momentum. They'll see something gaining strength, and they're anticipating higher prices. They see this thing just ripping up, boom, 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 real strong, real strong. It looks like it's going to break out to the moon, right? It's breaking previous day's highs, and they're going in. They're going in. It looks so good, so strong. And what do you think they keep their stops? You can't really see it. Let me remove this real quick. See, we got a swing point right there, aka a level of support. Where do longs keep their stop? Underneath support. They're taken out of the play as well. So you kill two birds with one stone. You take out the existing shorts, and then you take out the longs that hopped in on the breakout. That is the purpose of the Judas swing. And you can see at this point we have fair value gap confirmation as well. So that means a big displacement lower. And at this point, this is like the trend. The trend for the day is revealing itself. It's showing its hand. Okay. You'll have the manipulation right after midnight, and then price will show its hand. Not always. Let me make this very clear. Not always. It's not always going to play out picture perfect like this. Sometimes there's not even going to be a Judas swing during London session. That's trading. That's part of it. Nothing is 100% in trading. All right. That's something you got to accept. That's part of it. You can't expect to go into every single chart and everything just look picture perfect like this. It's not going to happen. But whenever you find opportunities like this that are aligned with your bias, that have everything you want, well, you have further confirmation in your favor. So we have the London trend being set here. You can see it's consistently trending lower now because it's revealed where it really wants to go. It wants to come down, take out these sell stops, which it has done at this point. Coming into New York kill zone or New York session as well. New York kill zone, New York session are two different things. New York kill zone is 7, or New York kill zone starts at 7, and that's primarily an ICT type concept. But New York session actually starts at 8:30. But when you come into New York kill zone, and stretch it to about New York open, you'll get a lot of Judas swings then as well. I call them mini Judas swings basically, because they're mini Judas swings, but they're basically within the range that was created during London session. Because as I've said before, London sets the trend. Not always, but many times it will. London will set the trend, and then New York will give you an opportunity to piggyback the move that was created during London session. So that Judas swing that you'll see coming into New York kill zone or New York session, it'll expand within the range that was created during London session and get you an opportunity to get on board to look for lower prices in this example, since we're shorting, or since it's a shorting scenario. Okay. So we had that Judas swing confirmed. It's taken liquidity. It's taken liquidity out of the marketplace. We have a fair value gap created as well, aka a displacement. It means we had a strong displacement after taking that liquidity, which is basically price showing its hand. It's saying that this is the real direction we want to go. We've taken liquidity, we completed that objective, and now we're expanding lower, and we're coming into New York session at this point. So price is basically shown its hand. It's told you this is where we want to go. This is an inefficiency in price. So you can also counter trend trade this, knowing this information. Why? Well, if you know there are several different times that Judas swings occur. If you know there's a Judas swing if you know Judas swings commonly occur also at the beginning of New York session, and you also know that you have an imbalance that was created during London session, that's serving as a draw on liquidity, guys. Remember, price doesn't like to leave areas on the chart like this if inefficiently delivered. It's an imbalance. It's an inefficiency in price, and that is your job as a trader, is to capitalize on those inefficiencies in price. That's where the money is made. If markets were efficient, we wouldn't be making money. We make money because there's inefficiencies in price that we are able to capitalize on. That's the key. And you have that inefficiency created during London session. And now we have the knowledge. We know that there are Judas swings that commonly occur at the beginning of New York session. Well, and we also know that this liquidity right here was taken out of the marketplace. What's likely going to happen next? It's going to want to draw up to where? It's going to want to draw up to this. Boom, like that. Let's see. It might erase my chart if I go to a 5 minute. I don't think I got data for that, but let's see. Yeah, we do. All right, so, and then you could utilize like a 5 minute chart coming into New York session, or a 1 minute chart, 3 minute chart, if that's your thing. And you could look for a lower time frame shift to take up into this upper draw that comes into New York. So that's how you can play that lower time frame. All right, so again, beginning of London or beginning of New York session is another common time you'll have that mini Judas swing within the range that's created during London session. So you can see right here, this is 7 o'clock. This 1 hour candle, 7 o'clock, aka the beginning of New York kill zone. Okay, so there's our Judas swing. There's our mini Judas swing. And again, if you're looking at this on a lower time frame chart, you know what you're seeing? Let's go even lower. Let's go to a 5 minute, because a lot of beginner traders, they're solely focused on the 5 minutes, solely focused on the 1 minute. They don't look at any other time frame, and well, they get burned a lot of the times. So if you're looking at this on a lower time frame, this thing is just trending up super strong, super strong. It's the same exact story over here, but now in New York session. It's the same exact story. And again, you could buy it down here, but you need to be conservative with your PT after it's rebalanced that price action. You need to get out of the play, because we already know that this is overall bearish on the day now. So it draws up. There's 7 o'clock. Look at my cursor. There's 7 o'clock. It draws up higher, draws up higher, draws up higher. There's our Judas swing. This is all one Judas swing that happens at the beginning of New York session to take this liquidity. It took those buy stops above these highs. Remember, above swing high levels, we have buy stops, but also completed its objective of rebalancing the price action that was, or rebalancing that displacement that was created during the London session. Then after that Judas swing rebalances that price action, it continues its trend to the downside because it's completed its objective. So up here, London Judas swing, the objective was to take previous day's highs buy side liquidity. It baited in longs, and then it pulled the rug. After it completed its objective of taking that liquidity, it pulled the rug, and it also took out existing long sell stops. Okay, then coming into New York session, we have another common time where Judas swings occur. The Judas swing, it runs up for the sell intention of rebalancing that price action, taking these buy stops. After it does so, it's completed its objective. And what is a likely scenario that's going to play out next? It's going to continue its trend to the downside, just like that. That is a perfect example of a Judas swing. Like, you got your London Judas swing, you got your New York Judas swing. That is the signature that you want to look for. Is it going to look exactly like this on every single chart? No. But it's the same signature. It's the same idea. Okay. And again, if you have a bias, and so you have a higher time frame level to go along with it as well, like say that Judas swings up into like a higher time frame level, taking liquidity as well, even better. So when you combine it with your bias, when you combine it with your basic support and resistance, your SMC, whatever you do, it makes your play more probable. So as I said, you can have Judas swings. You have Judas swings there, but you also have Judas swings on the weekly chart. So this is the daily range that we're talking about right here. But you can do the same exact thing on the weekly range. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the weekly Judas swing and what it looks like on a weekly chart. So I'm going to use this GBP USD as an example. So this is something that's operating 100% within a bullish market structure on the weekly chart. We broke this high. We broke these highs up here. See this? And then we came down and we put in a swing low level on the weekly chart. That means it's operating within a bullish market structure. And since it's operating within a bullish market structure, where is liquidity that we want to target? Since we're using the knowledge that we know on market structure, and we know it's going to want to target previous week's high liquidity. Remember, some more key liquidity pools are you have liquidity above previous day's highs and previous day's lows. So we know that because the market structure is bullish on this weekly chart, the market structure is 100% bullish, and we know that there is buy side liquidity resting above that high. And we're coming into a new week. Think about it. We're coming into a new week now. This week right here just closed as a swing low level, operating within a bullish market structure, and we know there's untapped buy side right there. Coming into the next week, let's see what happens. Let's actually go to a daily chart, but I want you to remember this. There's Monday. All right, so beginning of the week. Here's something you need to understand. The beginning of the week is a common time for Judas swings, which is why I personally sit out on Mondays, because it's just trickier to trade because the manipulation is happening. And a lot of the setups you see that look good, they'll get invalidated because it's just manipulation. That's the point of it. So the beginning of the week is a common time you'll see manipulation occur. So I want you to remember the weekly market structure on this is bullish, and we have untapped buy side liquidity right here, which is serving as a draw on liquidity. And then we open up Sunday, Monday, and now we're pulling back, and we still have that untapped buy side. This pullback at the beginning of the week that you see right here on Monday, see this little pullback? That is a Judas swing on the weekly range. The beginning of the week is a common time that you'll see Judas swings. Okay, and a lot of times by Wednesday, price, at that point, price is done with the manipulation. It's shown its hand where it really wants to go. A lot of times you'll actually that's where you'll get a clean read on price. But this is our Judas swing. Now on a 4-hour chart, just to show it a little bit better, see how it comes down? It comes down right here. This is Sunday. Then we come down and we attack this lower sell side. We attack those sell stops out of the marketplace. Okay. And after doing that, after we attack those sell stops, and we still have this untapped weekly buy side up above. Remember, let's go back real quick. So we still have that buy side up there that's left untapped. We had this Judas swing happen Sunday and Monday London session, which is a common time for manipulation, and it comes down, takes out these buy stops down here and tests a bullish order block. See this? This is a bullish order block. So beginning of the week, the manipulation, it comes down, takes out sell stops, tests the order block, boom. Now we're coming into, now right here, you can see right after doing that, after making that low, after taking that liquidity, testing that order block, we get a shift in market structure here, a possible shift in market structure. You can go to a 1 hour chart, see it as well. See that big explosive move right there? So we were consistently selling off right here, consistently operating within a bearish market structure, super bearish, beginning of the week. Remember, beginning of the week, it's selling off. It takes liquidity, you get a shift to the upside, a really strong shift at that, off of that bullish OB after taking liquidity. After taking that liquidity, you see a shift in market structure. We went from bearish to bullish at this point. Where do you think it's going to target next? It's going to target that untapped liquidity, because remember, the higher time frame weekly is operating within a bullish market structure. So we have, let me draw that on a little bit better. We have untapped liquidity right there. That old weekly high, it's untapped liquidity. That's where we're drawing at the moment. So we had the open and weak Judas swing, take liquidity, test OB, followed by a shift in market structure. Now it's going to target this because there's untapped buy side. It comes down and does what next? It rebalances that price action. It comes down, it rebalances that price action that was created on the shift. Because why? Because price typically doesn't just rip. Okay, it came up, it took up these upper buy stops, and now it's going to want to pull back into a discount, rebalances price action before resuming its uptrend. And now it's resuming its uptrend after rebalancing that price action. And now it's going to do what? It's going to seek upper buy side. It takes out that upper buy side. It does what next? It pulls back down into a discount. As I always tell you guys, markets move from premium to discount to premium. It takes out those buy stops, then it does what? It comes down into a discount to rebalance that price action right there. See that imbalance? It rebalances it. Now let's see what happens next. After completed its objective of rebalancing that price action, it rips up higher and it takes out that weekly buy side we were talking about at the beginning of this video, or at the beginning of this example. That untapped liquidity is now taken out. And again, look at my cursor. Here is Sunday. Here is Sunday, where Sunday started. Look at my cursor, look where it's moving. Look at my mouse. That's Sunday. There's our Judas swing at the beginning of the week. As soon as price opens up on Sunday, it comes lower. It trades lower. It's consistently operating within a bearish market structure still. And if you're looking at this solely on like the 1 hour chart, it looks very bearish. It's consistently trending lower. It takes this liquidity, It tests that bullish OB on the higher time frame, a higher time frame bullish OB. Boom, you get a big shift after taking that liquidity. So the Judas swing, you had a big shift. And then what does price do next? It comes down, rebalances that price action into a discount marketplace. After it completes its objective, it does the same thing, and then it seeks upper buy side, which is what it really wanted to begin with. It just had to do that to take sell stops to rebalance price action. But that was where price really wanted to go. This was just a little fake out. And it's the same exact deal with ES. So it's the same exact deal with ES. Like in regards to the weekly range, everything, it's the same exact deal. So you'll have that Judas swing during London session with ES or futures in general. And then you'll have New York session where typically it'll give you a little, like at 9:30 equity bell common times. Like I said, the common time for it is 9:30 equity bell, where you'll get like a big spike because there's an influx of volume that comes into the marketplace. So you usually get a big spike in the opposing direction, which is the sole purpose is usually to do what? To take buy stops or sell stops, depending on whether you're buying or you're shorting, or to rebalance price action. And then after it completes that objective at 9:30 opening bell, then what do you look for next? You look for a lower time frame confirmation to look for it to continue in the original direction, to continue in the direction of the trend that was created during London session. So the major Judas swing, London session, mini Judas swing to piggyback the move, New York session. And remember, across the board, it's the same for futures, same with Forex. The beginning of the week is where you'll typically see the Judas swings with the weekly range. So it'll be like Sunday, Monday, and sometimes Tuesday as well. And then by Wednesday, a lot of the times by Wednesday, price is done with the manipulation. It's shown its hand where it really wants to go, and it's a lot cleaner at that point.